Hey, Natasha. I don't know if you remember me, but you gave me the pleasure of writing for AUSTERE for 3 issues in 2013 and 2014. I've loved watching your career grow and develop, especially the direction you've taken AUSTERE. I realize this is forward, but I'm interested in becoming a part of your team again, even on a volunteer basis. Let me know if this interests you and you're open to connecting. This was the most forward I've been on social media, ever, much less about my career. Before I turned 30, I didn't think I had to take my career growth into my own hands. I had stagnated for 3 years in a field I loved, but a position I would never break out of. If I'm honest, part of my decision to reach out to Natasha was desperation, the yearning for anything different and exciting. But the rest of it was a desire to dive in headfirst to passion. Passion for storytelling. Passion for writing. Passion for taking a chance on passion. That's why I came back to AUSTERE. The Metazine team is composed of a diverse set of contributors, but at its core is Natasha Brito, Olivia Fleming, and me, Patricia Stepanek. We all have a burning passion for doing cool shit, and will stretch ourselves to the ends of the earth to do it. To give a brief history of AUSTERE for context, Natasha Brito and 3 talented contributors built the AUSTERE brand from the ground up through late nights and lots of coffee. The magazine featured incredible but otherwise overlooked people in music, fashion, and art. There was a high-end design aesthetic for the brand, and every issue was heavily themed. It was a wild and free opportunity for our team to create without restrictions and inspire our followers along the way. Natasha made the decision to sunset the publication in 2018 to refocus her time and energy to a career at Sony Music and prepare for the launch of AUSTERE's agency she'd longed to establish, which was then launched in mid-2019. In 2021, the time felt right for Natasha to bring back the publication and breathe new life into the zine space. I love AUSTERE magazine. It's my baby, and if I could just do this forever, I probably would. But I made the smartest decision of my career when I left Sony, to never work for someone else again. Natasha has spent the last 2 years building a brand that builds other brands. AUSTERE Agency, with its ethos of avant visuals meets avant strategy, is an award-winning, full-service marketing and creative agency blueprinting iconic digital brands for the fashion, music, tech, and lifestyle industries. In resurrecting the magazine, Natasha saw that the industry was falling into tropes. The same type of beautiful people making the same aesthetic. I really wanted to do something that was just creatively free. I was doing it for me, I was doing it for culture, I was doing it for the energy of a group of creatives that give a fuck about the things that other people don't. I did this to bring back the love that I had for the magazine. This love and desire comes across as a basic need for Natasha, as affection and quality time are seen as basic needs for human development. To have this need met, to see her vision come to fruition, she needed to assemble a team of like-minded folks and willing contributors. Introduce Olivia Fleming, content strategist, musician, and just all around a joy to be around. Olivia became part of the AUSTERE family after applying for an internship from an Instagram post. AUSTERE does everything I'm passionate about: visuals, branding, marketing. This internship has been everything I have needed at this point in my life. Olivia and Natasha began brainstorming about the rebirth of AUSTERE magazine, which played into Olivia's childhood dream. I was obsessed with Vogue growing up. I would carry around issues all day long, and it inspired me to run a fashion blog for several years. AUSTERE gave me a chance to build my portfolio and expand my skill set. I alluded to this at the beginning, but I came into the mix after I slid into Natasha's DMs. That's actually a terrible way of putting it, but here we are. I've always been the kid that wanted to do everything, from marine biologist to photographer to engineer. Any career was game. However, never in my life did I consider magazine editor as a potential addition to the resume. I have always known I love hearing stories, and to get this fill, I often ask my partner to tell me one. When he declines, I turn to my latest acquisition from a tiny free library and dive into a world not my own. AUSTERE has given me a chance to hear stories from folks I would not have otherwise met, and analyze and synthesize those words for the masses to consume. The three of us converged to be part of something bigger than ourselves. We met at a virtual table to figure out how to lift up voices that are deserving of a platform. We worked outside of our breadwinning jobs to interview our featured folks. We stayed up late and spent weekends refining our prose and sprucing the wireframe. We let our passion fuel each page of this issue. When you hear Natasha talk about AUSTERE as a brand, especially the magazine, she dotes over it as if it were a puppy or a kitten, and it's inspiring and humbling at the same time. Releasing the 21st issue in 2021 came to Natasha through divine circumstance or intervention. Once I made the decision to relaunch the magazine, and I realized that it was our 21st issue will be in 2021, it felt like one of those synergistic moments in my life where I was like, okay, this has to happen, and it has to happen this year. It's too perfect. It's too appropriate. In addition to relaunching the print version of AUSTERE, Natasha had an urge to do something different. Enter the metaverse and launch the world's first virtual reality magazine, or in our case, Metazine. The world is changing, and the digital landscape, the metaverse, is beginning to shape the way we experience our digital lives a lot more than it ever has before. It has unlocked a new way of expression and an opportunity for us to do what we love to do best, innovate and create freely. And through this revelation of what we could do beyond our print issue, the experience of walking through the issue as a world of its own came alive. Our world has gone through the ringer over the last 2 years, and our team wanted to document that journey through the eyes of business owners, musicians, and artists. We wanted our 21st issue to mimic the trek that our team has gone through: chaos, creation, and rebirth. Each section has been curated to take you, the reader, on a tour of the facts, emotions, and parables that we felt defined the last 2 years. Each interview, poem, and editorial was meticulously crafted to speak the truths of our features and our team. Each page was erected to be not only aesthetically pleasing, but to also captivate you and invite you to stay a little longer. With the background of this issue complete, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Lotus, the 21st issue of AUSTERE magazine.
Just taste